Sabrina, I need you to leave my house right now. I've already signed the divorce papers, so sign your column and never show your face to me again.
What? Are you okay? Why would we get divorced? I'm not signing anything.
Oh, just shut up. If the king of the house tells you to do something, then you do it. I don't want to hear any excuses. Just sign the paper and leave my house.
Well, at least tell me why you're saying all of this all of a sudden.
I was just told that I'm becoming second in place to CEO of my company, which means that I'll have the money and power that I've always wanted. I can have any woman I wish to in the world, so why would I keep a dumb and clumsy wife like you?
What? You're getting promoted?
Yes, the current CEO called me into his office and told me himself. Apparently, he really liked my success in the projects that I've managed a while ago, and now I finally earned the position that I deserve.
That's amazing. You've been working extra hard recently. You deserve it. I'm proud to be your wife.
Not for long. Could you pack up your things and leave already? If you're so proud of me, then why don't you also feel that I deserve someone better than you? I've worked hard for so long to earn this position, but all of you done is stay home and do some housework and enjoy life. I need someone who can help me become a better version of myself, and you're clearly not the person.
How could you say that to me? I've done everything around the house all this time, so you could focus on your work. And I'm the one who took care of your parents when you weren't there for them. I was the one that was by their side until the very last breath. We supported each other in our own ways and got this far.
Seriously? Do you think you deserve to say that you've worked as hard as me? Anyone could do what you did. What I did for my company is uncommon. That's how I climbed my way through the pyramid of capitalism and came this far. Your existence is irrelevant to my career.
What?
I've seen people like you before. They think they're all that because their husbands are prestigious members of society. But in reality, they have nothing to be proud of, because they've done nothing. They're the type of people that I hate the most in this world. Now, could you please just sign the goddamn paper? My time is valuable, unlike yours.
Tom, could we please just calm down and talk for a second? I'm not going to accept this and to sign papers and leave you alone.
I don't care whether you accept this or not. This is reality, and if I tell you to get out of my house, then you get out.
Hey, Mom. I heard from Dad that you two are getting divorced. He just straight up told you to leave the house, didn't he? Isn't he unbelievable? He said that he doesn't need me anymore because he's getting promoted, even though I've worked so hard to support him all this time. Do you really think that you deserve to say that? Come on. We all know that he'd replace you at some point. All you were to him was a maid, and he wants a wife, not a maid. Seriously? Well, I guess this is goodbye then, Mom. It was great knowing you, but make sure not to bother Dad anymore. He's too busy for you. Tori, do you agree with this whole thing? That your father and I should get a divorce? This isn't a joke, honey. Of course I agree. And no, I'm not coming with you. I'm gonna stay with Dad and live the celebrity life, like I've always wanted. So stop making it hard for all of us and just leave already. I'm your mother. No, I agree with Dad. You're just someone who could have been replaced by a maid as soon as we wanted to. Unlike Dad, there's nothing to respect about you, and I think it's valid that you got kicked out. I mean, even your own daughter doesn't even want to stay with you, so that says a lot about the person that you are. That's no way to speak to your mother. You and your father have always been condescending towards me, but I believe that there was still something special between us. Well then, could you tell me what there is to respect about the person that you are? All you do is stay at home and do the same chores over and over again, every single day. I'd rather die than live the same boring life as you. As a matter of fact, you're basically just a maid who lives in our house. Wow. You know, all I've done is try to provide for the two of you with an environment that you could thrive in. I woke up earlier and went to sleep later than everyone else. I used every single minute that I had for the two of you. Do you really think that that's something that anyone could do? I deserve the same amount of appreciation that I have for the two of you. Isn't it common sense for a maid to work hard for their master? Dad provides you with all of your living expenses, so you pay him back in labor. It makes total sense to me. Why should you be respected for doing something that obviously is your job? I cleaned the house spotlessly because of your father's dust allergies. Do you know how difficult it is to get every speck of dust in the house? I handmade all of your meals and snacks because of your egg, milk, and flour and shrimp allergies. I even took care of your father's parents until they passed away. Can you really say that it's obviously my job to do all that? Of course. If anything, that's the bare minimum. Oh, really? If you really feel that way, then I guess there's nothing I can do to change your mind. I didn't know years of hard work and care could be disregarded so easily like this. I guess this is goodbye then. Yep. Well then, it was great knowing you, Mom. Thanks for all the work that you did for us until now. You won't have to worry about me and Dad. I'm sure we'll find someone who's a much better fit for our job compared to you. I'll be having the time of my life with Dad and my new mom. Don't even think about coming back to beg for your place in our house, okay? Mom! I need you to come over to the hospital right now. Dad got into an accident. He's seriously injured and unconscious. An accident? Yes, I just got a call from the hospital a while ago. It seems like he got into a car accident. Apparently he tried to drive himself home after drinking at a dinner party, but he ended up driving into a pole and got carried away by an ambulance. He's losing blood quickly and needs a blood donation. But his blood type is AB negative and they don't have enough at the hospital, so they need a family member who's the same blood type to come over as soon as possible. Yes, I'm the same blood type as him. I'm surprised you remembered. Dad's life is in serious danger right now. You need to come right now. I'm heading to the hospital now too, so I'll meet you there. I'm sorry to tell you, honey, but I can't go to the hospital. What? Why not? Dad might die if you don't come right now. You told me not to show my face to the two of you ever again. What? That's what you said to me when I and your father got divorced. You should call his new wife as soon as possible. Her husband is in serious danger right now. Are you serious? We don't have time for this nonsense right now, and he doesn't have a new wife. Oh, really? I thought he was going to find someone much better than me as soon as we got divorced. I mean, who wouldn't want to get married to him, right? There isn't anyone who fits the criteria. There was one lady who was pretty and graduated from a great school. But like every other girl, she ran away because it was too difficult to manage taking care of me and Dad. None of them have the grit to be worthy of being Dad's wife. Oh my, well, that's a shame. Look, we can talk about this later. Just come to the hospital already. We need to get you here now. If Dad dies right now, my life is over. We need to save him no matter what. Of course you won't be able to live your luxurious life if he dies, right? If you lose him, you won't be able to live a whole day. Well, then come over to the hospital. The only way to save him at this point is for you to come over and donate some blood. If you're my mother, if you're Dad's wife, then come over. I'm sorry. There must be a misunderstanding. All I am is your maid, aren't I? What? I see that this is an emergency, but I'm not your mother, and I'm not your father's wife. I'm just someone who used to be your maid. Therefore, I have no intention of coming over to save your father's life. What? Do you think this is time to be playing these games right now? Person's life is literally in your hands. If you were in my shoes, would you scramble over to the hospital to save your father? What do you mean? Would you be rushing over to the person who threw you away after telling you that you were useless and nothing special to them? Even my own daughter treated me like a maid and told me to leave. It's been a year, but my anger hasn't disappeared, honey. Why do my feelings never matter to the two of you? Why do I have to bottle up my anger and come save the two of you after you threw me away like that? Wait, you're that angry about us kicking you out of the house? Is that even a question? Why wouldn't I be? Anyone in their right mind would be furious for ages after what you two did to me. But Dad is still in a dangerous condition because of the accident. And even though you two are divorced, that doesn't change the fact that you were married until a year ago. You're not coming to save him after everything you've been through? The past doesn't mean anything. We've been divorced for a year, and that makes us strangers. I do feel bad for him getting into an accident, but there's no responsibility or obligation that requires me to save him. Mom, you're not thinking straight. I get that the two of you have your differences, but he'll die if you don't come and help him right now. You two never came to help me when I needed it the most. Why are you trying to make it seem like I'm the one in the wrong here? Well, look, I'm done talking to you. After being thrown away by my daughter and husband, I've survived for the past year with no one to rely on, all on my own. I've work after this today, so I'll be going now.
Sabrina, you heartless little... I heard from Tori that you declined her request to give me a blood transplant.
Hi! Looks like you're all better now since you're able to text me like this. Congratulations! See, you didn't even need the blood transplant from me since you're alive now.
Don't you dare congratulate me, letting me die because we're a divorced couple. Are you insane? I won't forget this incident, and I will get back at you for this. If you want to be forgiven, then come over to the hospital and apologize right now, and take care of me while I'm hospitalized.
What?
I'm alive, but my whole body hurts. I need help, doing everything. But I can't ask the nurse to stay by my side for the whole remainder of my stay at the hospital. So I need you to come over and take care of me. If you do a good job, then I'll forget that the blood transplant incident even happened.
I don't want your forgiveness, so I'll be kindly declining your request.
What?
I mean, if you need someone to take care of you so badly, then why don't you call Tori over and make her do everything for you? Your adorable little daughter would do anything to protect you, wouldn't she?
Of course I already called her over to take care of me. I'm only asking you because she's not showing up. Isn't that common sense?
What? Even your daughter abandoned you.
She's heartless. She has been able to live the luxurious life that she's always wanted in the past year, all because of me. But what does she do the moment I get fired from my job? She abandons me.
You got fired? After working so hard to get that promotion?
It's all because of my stupid boss. That hard-headed old man can't accept that people make mistakes. He found out that my accident was caused by drunk driving. After that, he called me and told me over the phone that I'm fired no matter what the excuse.
Oh, I mean, I get where he's coming from. He probably assumed that you weren't fit to take charge of an entire company if your morals are so unestablished. Regardless, if the media finds out about all this, that your company did nothing about it, it would affect the whole company's reputation.
Whatever. I don't care about that stupid company anyways. This is me we're talking about here. I'm sure that I'll have tons of offers to choose from in a few weeks. And in order to start off my new career strong, I need to heal as quickly as possible. So come take care of me. I won't be able to give my top performance with a body like this.
And why on earth would I go? If you need someone obedient enough to take care of you, then why don't you just hire a maid?
It's not a good time for me to be spending that unnecessary money. Even though we're divorced, it's your job to take care of your ex-husband if he's in dire need of it. You know, I might even consider getting back together with you, depending on how well you perform on this occasion.
You can stop with that nonsense already. Who would ever want to get remarried to you? I have a wedding to attend after this anyways.
What? Who's getting married?
I'm getting married. With the person that I've been dating. After the wedding, we'll be turning in our wedding certificate.
What? You're joking, right? We've just split. What do you mean you're getting married already?
What do you mean we've just split? It's been a year since we got divorced. Right after we got divorced, my friends introduced me to a bunch of men because they all believe that I deserve someone better than you.
Really?
Yes. Ever since we've been dating, I've been telling him about how I was treated. That you and Tori would treat me like a maid no matter how much I cared for the two of you. So all my friends knew how trashy of a husband you were. That's why right after we got divorced, my friends all got together and tried to introduce me to better men than you.
What? And you're getting married to one of those men?
Yes, I ended up meeting someone who cared for me and loves me like no one ever else has. And he's never once looked down on me like you did. And he thanks me for every single thing that I do for him. He's someone who treats me as an equal and I love him.
But... so you're not coming over to take care of me?
Of course not. I have a new family that I plan to give my everything to. This is goodbye. I have a wedding to go host, so I need to go. Mom! I heard from Dad. You got remarried, right? Yes, I'm enjoying my new life with my new family. That's not fair. How come you get to have a nice family? I heard that your new husband is a lawyer. He's one of the top lawyers in the state, right? Wow, where did you get all that information? I have my sources. Anyway, I have a suggestion to make. Would you like me to come live with you again? I'll make sure to treat your new husband well. What? You have your father to take care of. Why would you want to live with me? Besides, what makes you change your mind about me not deserving to live with the two of you? There's nothing between me and Dad anymore. I can't handle him anymore. He's so annoying. What do you mean? I thought you loved him. Yeah, I loved him when he was his respectable self. Now all he does is text me 24/7 with a bunch of requests. Like, I need you to come over and give me a massage. My back hurts. Or, the food here is absolutely horrible. Make some dinner and bring it over to the hospital. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to be nice to an injured person, but he's so demanding and annoying and I can't take it anymore. Wow, I guess that part of him hasn't changed a bit. And did you know that Dad got fired from his job? How can he be so entitled when he doesn't even work? And I haven't told him yet, but the doctors have told me that he might be stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. What? Really? Apparently, he would be able to walk again with the right rehabilitation, but the doctor said that the patient himself needs to take a strong initiative on the matter, and that Dad doesn't seem like the type to be able to stick with the program. If Dad doesn't learn how to walk again, then I'm the one who has to take care of him for the rest of his life, right? I can't waste my life under a rock taking care of my crippled dad, so I need to run away and become your daughter. It's doable, isn't it? What? Aren't you glad you're going to be able to live with your beloved daughter again? I'll be the best child you could ever wish for, and I'll do everything that you need me to do. And I'll get along super well with my new dad. So can you please live with me again? Sorry, but I don't have a daughter anymore, so I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? I've never had a daughter since the day that I got divorced a year ago. I don't have a beloved daughter, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Therefore, no, I don't want to live with a stranger like you. Are you serious? Did you really just say that to your own daughter? No matter whether you got divorced from Dad or live apart from me for a year, I'm still your daughter. Don't tell me that you don't know what I'm talking about. You should stop changing your stance every time you're placed at a disadvantage. When me and your father were about to get divorced, you never tried to stop it from happening. You teamed up with your father and kicked me out of the house together. Do you even know how many days I spent caring for the two of you just to get laughed at? Not once have I forgotten about what the two of you did to me. Well, I mean, I can explain. I don't need an explanation. You showed how much you really cared for me a year ago, and that's the only explanation that I need. Never living with the two of you ever again. Mom, just listen! Be quiet. It's my turn to tell the two of you. Don't ever show your faces to me again. I don't need the two of you in my life anymore. After that incident, I heard that Tom started treating the nurses like his maids and verbally harassed them, leading to him getting kicked out of the hospital earlier than planned. On top of that, contrary to his hope, he never received offerings from companies. And Tom is now begging his old boss to hire him again. But the only answer he gets is that he's good at working but has no morals, and that he is not fit to manage others who are going to follow in his footsteps. My previous daughter, Tori, is now taking care of her father, who's now stuck in a wheelchair for life. No matter how much she helps her father, she never receives appreciation, and is even getting harassed for no reason, because her father is stressed from not getting a job.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey sis! I just wanted to say congratulations! I heard from Dad that you got engaged.
Thanks, Abby.
I mean, who would have thought that you were ever getting engaged? Wow, I guess there are really people in this world with odd preferences. Who on earth would actively choose an ugly person as their wife? Haha, very funny. Are you sure this isn't some type of fraud? We both know that no one in their right mind would try to date a nerd like you, who doesn't even do her nails. Neither did I think you had any interest in men. You seem like the type to be reading instead of going on dates. You went out of your way and messaged me just to say that? Is it so much to ask for a sincere congratulations from you? You're getting congratulated plenty enough by Dad and the rest of our family. Someone needs to show you your place. Ever since we were little, you were the smart one. You went to a good college, and you got to work at a great company. And now you get to have a happy marriage? You're the daughter of our parents' dreams. Really? I hope you're enjoying kissing their feet like this.
Really, Abby?
Can you really imagine how it's like to be the younger sister of such a prodigy? Mom and Dad are probably gonna start comparing me to you again. And they'll start asking me when I'm gonna get married. I'm tired of hearing the line, "Just learn from your sister." Why do you keep torturing me like this? Just seeing you carry your life with such ease makes me want to puke.
Mom and Dad are just worried about you, and that's why they say all of those things. You know, that they just want the best for you. And if you don't want them saying those things for you, then I suggest that you try and getting an actual job for once.
What did you just say to me?
I heard about everything from Dad. You got fired from your part-time job in 3 days again, right? You've been doing this over and over again, ever since you graduated from high school. Why wouldn't Mom and Dad be worried for you?
Shut up! I only got fired because my hard-headed boss wouldn't let it slide when I was 3 hours late. He's the one who needs to learn how to forgive people. But guess what? Mom and Dad just get angry at me for it. You'd never understand how I feel. Always getting praised for every single step you take.
Abby.
Don't expect everything to keep going your way, because I know for a fact that things between you and me are going to even out. I'll make sure that they do.
Hey, Jess. Do you have a minute? I have something really important that I need to tell you.
Hey, honey. What's up?
I'm sorry about this being so sudden, but I need you to break up with me. I can't get married to you. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you can't get married with me? Is this a prank or something?
What have I ever done to make you regret proposing to me?
Nothing. You're an absolutely amazing person, Jess. And I'm grateful for all the time that I got to spend together with you. But I found someone that I just know is the person for me.
Who?
I don't want you to freak out, but it's actually Abby. I decided that I want to spend the rest of my life with her. And if you care for me, then you'd want the best for me, right?
What? Abby? Like my sister? What? You just met someone else with the same name, right?
No, I'm talking about your younger sister. We started dating last week.
You were cheating on me?
Well, yeah. I've always thought of her as your cute little sister, but I started to see her as another type of cute, and my feelings started to shift towards her. That's when she hit me up and we started talking through text. She seemed really enthusiastic with getting to know me, and one thing led to another, and I couldn't keep lying to myself. I'm sorry.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. You cheated on me while you were still engaged with me. And of all people, with my little sister? And now you want to cancel our engagement and to get married with her? Are you insane?
I ask that to myself every night, but I can't control my feelings. And my feelings are telling me that I love Abby more than I love you. Do you really want to get married with someone like that? Ever since I started developing feelings for Abby, I can't stand being in the same room with you. I feel like I'm about to suffocate. I think that us splitting and you finding a new partner while I marry the person I love is the best choice for all of us. To be completely honest with you, I've been having my doubts about this marriage for a while. I like you, and I think that you're an earnest, respectable woman, but you just gotta raise again, right? I don't know. I just feel like I'm less valuable when I'm with you. It just isn't as enjoyable as being with someone who I can feel like I'm protecting.
What does me getting a raise have anything to do with your value as a person? You are the one who's been cheering me for the past few years. And my hard work pays off and I get raises. And you suddenly feel less valuable? You should have just told me if you felt that way.
I have my pride. I can't just tell you how I feel. We just didn't click in that sense. Abby is the type who can't do anything by herself, and I feel like I'm the type of person to thrive more when supporting someone like that.
I don't get it. It just seems to me that all you're thinking about is yourself. You support me whenever you feel like it, but you get hurt for no reason after my hard work pays off. And now you cheat on me because you felt like it? I can't believe you. Whatever. Let's split then. I wouldn't want to marry a man who gets hurt and starts cheating because his wife got a raise anyways.
Alright. I guess you're gonna be my sister-in-law from now on then.
Huh? Wait, you still think you can marry my sister?
What? Why not? Nothing's changed from when I was about to marry you.
You're the man who's trying to switch from me to my sister right before the wedding. Do you really think my parents are going to accept you as their son-in-law?
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that their precious daughter is getting married, right? Besides, they've been eager to see either one of you get married, so I'm sure they'll understand the circumstances and allow this to happen.
We'll see about that.
I hope we can put this in the past and support each other as siblings-in-law. This really is a dream come true, being able to marry into a wealthy household like yours with the wife of my dreams. If anything happens, I'm counting on you, sis.
What do you mean by wealthy? My parents are both office workers at ordinary companies.
That's the biggest understatement I heard all year. Have you seen the house they live in? A pair of office workers wouldn't be able to afford that kind of house. I was shook when I first saw it when I came over to say hi to your parents. I expected to see a house and you took me to a castle. Why didn't you ever tell me that you were so rich?
I think there's a misunderstanding here. That house.
Oh yeah, me and Abby are thinking of living in that castle after we get married.
What?
I mean, you see it once in a while, right? Where the married couple moves back in and lives together with their parents. We're thinking of doing that. So when that happens, we're gonna have to ask you to find your own place. I really don't think Abby would like me to be living under the same roof as my ex-girlfriend, you know?
I'm done listening to your stupid favors, Dan. Why do I need to move out so that you two can move in? That makes no sense.
Really, Jess? Two of the people who you care about the most are wanting to move in. Do you really have a choice? Besides, I'm gonna be the only male in this generation for the Stevens family. As the leader of the family, you're gonna need me at the headquarters, you know?
This is so stupid.
Say what you want, but that's just how it's gonna have to be. Abby and I will take good care of the house and your parents, so don't worry. This is the best way for our whole family to thrive.
I built that house, Dan.
What?
You think you're going to be the leader of the house when you get married with Abby? Well, if you're going to want to be the leader of that house, then I'm gonna need you to buy it off of me. Then you'll truly be the leader of that house.
I'm not really getting what you're saying. What do you mean you built that house?
I mean, it's just the way it sounds. I built that house with the money I earned myself.
What?
I did think that it was odd that you decided to make such a risky choice. Cheating on me and trying to marry my own sister? But I get it now. You thought that you would get everything that our family had to offer. Wow. Just wow. All of the love that I built up for you over these years just flushed out like nothing. Thank God you cheated on me. I was about to make the worst mistake of my life, marrying you.
It still does not make any sense, no matter how much I think about it. You built that house with your money. It would take centuries to save up enough to build a house like that. You're lying to try and keep me and Abby from moving in, aren't you?
You really think I'm lying?
Yeah. We're not talking about some big house in the neighborhood. That was a mansion. It would take a few $1 million at the least to build that kind of house. No matter how many raises you're getting, it doesn't add up. You're really trying to tell me that you've been a millionaire all this time?
Yes, I am. I own a patent.
A patent?
Yes, one that I earned during the summer break of 7th grade. I was listing ideas about the kinds of stationery goods that I thought would be a good concept in my notebook. and my parents said that it might be a good idea to get a patent for them. So that's what I did.
Are patents something you can just get when you feel like it?
I mean, it was a lot of work, but my parents were weirdly committed at the time, so we got through. And a stationery goods maker saw my designs and offered me a contract. Lo and behold, now I'm making a very good amount of money off of that contract.
What?
Right now, I have income from both my day job and a contract that I made with my client. So I was able to save up millions. After a while, I decided to build a mansion for myself and my parents, and here I am. This is all thanks to my parents who let me pursue my random passion and took it serious enough to get a patent for me. So I wanted to give back to them, like any normal person would.
Wait. So that huge house is actually owned by you?
Yes.
So even if I marry into your family and become the man of the house, I'll still never own the house.
Exactly. Not that I'm ever going to allow you to move into my house anyways.
Why not?
Why would I? Did you really expect me to let you stay in my own house after everything you've done to me?
You gotta be kidding me. But all of the choices that I made were made given that I'd be able to live in that house. It was the biggest integer in my equation to a dream life.
And why should I care? If you want to live in my house, then I'm gonna need you to pay some rent. Or you can buy the whole thing off of me with one-time payment.
I need to pay you rent or buy the whole house off you.
The rent will be $5,000 a month. If you're thinking of buying, then it'll cost you about $5 million.
What? How would I be able to pay an amount like that?
But if you can't pay for it, then don't ask for it.
But
A small apartment suits the two of you better anyways. You won't be setting a single foot in my house ever again.
my dream house, my mansion.
It's my mansion, Dan. Whatever. I hope you have a happy life together with Abby. Goodbye. Jess! It's an emergency! I just got called out by Mom and Dad. They said that they weren't going to let me live in their house if I'm going to get married with Dan. They just dumped all of my belongings out onto the lawn and told me that they're not my parents anymore. It's fine, Abby. Even if you lost your parents, you gain a great husband who's going to take care of you for the rest of your life, right? If your family throws you away, then just make a new family. Ugh! You're not helping! All I did was pursue my own feelings. And that's all he did too. But Mom and Dad side with you. As always, just because you're a little bit smarter than me. Why does everyone side with you instead of me? This isn't fair. This is completely fair, Abby. All I did was work hard and try to make subtle but consistent progress since I was little. And everyone knows that I earned everything that I have right now. That's why they side with me. I'm not like you, who never worked hard for anything and kept putting off your responsibilities. We each had a fair chance at life, and I made the most of it. You dove for expedient pleasure every time it was offered, and this is where it got you. When did I ever not work hard? For starters, you never did your homework or studied simply because you didn't want to. Whenever our parents tried to find your passion for you, like that soccer club or the spelling bee, you just whine about not wanting to be there and slack off. They tried to get you to learn how to play the piano, but you threw a tantrum and ripped up the music sheets and ran off. Anytime our parents would try to help you get back on your track, you would just run away from the opportunity. That's what sets us apart. I never ran away from an opportunity, no matter how intimidating it is. What was I supposed to do? I don't want to do what I don't want to do. You only get to use that as an excuse up until 3rd grade, Abby. But you never grew up. You never got a proper job because you were afraid of the commitment. And even for part-time jobs that don't require much commitment, you still have never kept the same job for more than a week. I'm surprised that Mom and Dad even kept dealing with your bullshit up until this point. That's just how large their hearts are. but you still manage to fail them. Take initiative, Abby. Take initiative for once in your life. Ugh, stop telling me everything I already know. You'd never understand how someone who can't carry out life with ease like you can. Don't tell me that you can't when you've never tried for a single time in your life. And you know what? You'd never understand how I have to feel either. How it feels to have your fiancé taken away from your own little sister. Do you think you have it difficult compared to me? Do you? You know what? Maybe I should sue you too. It doesn't matter whether you're my sister or you're my family or whatever. You need to take responsibility for harming me like this. Hold on. Please, just take a deep breath. You're really going to sue your own sister for money? Even though we're family? How could you do that to me? How could you ruin my marriage? You know what? I have some dignity, unlike you. Get away from me. Somewhere far away. If you do that, then I won't sue you. Really? So I won't have to pay you any money? But you need to do it right now. Leave this down. Right now. I'll be right on it. You'll never have to see my face ever again.
Sorry about everything that's happened lately, Jess. I really do regret every single part of it from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, really? You regret doing all of this?
Yeah. I can't believe that I even had the thought of leaving you to marry your little sister. I was crazy. But I'm glad to be able to tell you that it was all a misunderstanding.
What?
I never even imagined that you were the one who built that mansion on your own. I mean, your parents seem very kind and hardworking, so I completely thought that they owned the house. I mean, they even have a daughter like your younger sister, but they still live in a house like that, so it's only natural to think that they have the financial freedom to choose to keep raising her at this age, you know? I was practically set up to believe in all of that.
I was the one who continued to raise my sister, Dan. And I paid a full fee for this house, including her portion.
I'm so sorry. All of these misunderstandings blinded me from the right choice, and they forced me to do what I did. And I even went as far as to cheat on you with your own sister. But I'm very proud to tell you that I already broke up with her. So please, give me a second chance.
What? You broke up with her? I thought she was the love of your life. What a waste.
I gave some deep thought to it, and it turned out that she wasn't the love of my life at all.
What?
I was jealous of the way you were so successful, and I wanted to feel the feeling of someone needing me unconditionally. But deep down, it was always you that I loved.
I've never heard such an unromantic confession of love, and I've never felt my heart beat so slowly than before.
Please don't say that. What do you say? Would you like to start over with me? I promise that I'll make you the happiest girl in the world. No matter how many raises you get, and no matter how successful you become. I'll never do such a thing, or feel that way. I'll cheer you on. So please, give me one last chance. Will you please marry me?
Why would I marry an idiot like you? And I'll be suing you.
What?
I promised Abby that I wouldn't sue her as long as I never see her face again. But you're a different case. I expect to never see you again. And on top of that, I'll have you pay for all the things in my life that you've taken away.
You gotta be kidding. Can you at least give me a promise to keep in exchange for not being sued too?
Alright. Then I won't sue you if you're able to buy my mansion from me.
Buy your mansion?
Yes. You can't? Alright. I guess you broke our promise then. I'll be contacting you through my lawyer in a few days. If you truly regret everything you've done, then I expect you to make the full payment.
Please, hold on, Jess. Look, can we just meet in person, talk things out? I'm sure you'll feel differently once you see my face in person.
I have no choice but to punch your face once I see it in person, so I think I'm good. Goodbye. After suing Dan in court, I was able to receive a decent amount of money for compensation fees. On top of that, we officially resolved our engagement. Since Abby promised to never show her face to me again, I have never even heard of her, and no one knows what she's doing or where she is right now. Apparently my parents know all about where she is and what she does, but they seem utterly and completely done with Abby. So it seems that they have no intention in seeing her ever again, regardless of this knowledge. My ex, Dan, had spent all of his savings to pay the court fees, so he tried to move back in with his parents, but they rejected him after hearing what he'd done to me. And I heard that none of his relatives are speaking to him ever again. Even his friends would mock him for wasting such a good opportunity, and now he lives in a small apartment, going back and forth from work and on there. I, on the other hand, have been working hard every day after all of this, because I believe that the people who work hard should be able to make the most out of life. And I have no intention in letting my crappy ex get in the way of achieving that.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.